My name is Jesse. I'm going to talk to you guys about the best day it was kind of like the best day of my life. It was February 2010. No, 11. It was 2011, last year. And I remember that night, we lived in these tents. It was like 8-man tent and just rows of tents just everywhere. And I remember that night, everyone was just partying. You could hear music blasting. Everyone was just like emptying out their lockers, throwing all their stuff away that we didn't want to take home. It was crazy. No one went to sleep till like 4 in the morning. We had formation at 6 in the morning that day. And then I remember waking up finally till formation. And man, it was like crazy. I couldn't believe this day came. It was like a whole year. I was just waiting finally to get out of here. I hated living in the desert. It was like, it sucked. You got like, the hottest it got was like 148 degrees. And it got down probably like at nighttime, got to like 10 degrees at nighttime. It sucked. And then finally, we didn't have formation until 10 o'clock that night. So we had the whole day off just to pack our stuff, to clean. And then it was just like, the day felt like it was never going to end. I couldn't wait for 10 o'clock. We had nothing to do. We were just sitting around. My bags were already packed. And I didn't even want to eat. I was tired of the food over there. I just wanted to go home and eat some good food already. So finally, and then it starts raining, and it's really humid over there, and then the dirt starts kicking up, and then a sandstorm was coming. So we had also I see these big trucks just come. We could finally load all our bags. I had like 4 bags. They were like this big. Had to be like 45 pounds each. Just throwing them on there on these big old trucks. It was like 400 of us just loading bags and bags. And then finally we had a formation at 10. That formation lasted like 3 hours. We were just standing there like, what do we do next? Waiting for these buses to come. Finally the buses come. And we got on the buses, and we on the bus probably for like 4 hours all the way. We drove from one camp to another camp, which took 4 hours. We had to go to that camp, and then from that camp we had to take out all the bags from the trucks. We had to do it ourselves, so you don't have no baggage claim or anything. We had to go through, it's like an x-ray thing. You have random people's bags, not even your bag. They just want people to carry bags. And you go through an x-ray, and then once you're done with the x-ray, there's a big old bucket. Just throw all your stuff in there. You don't know whose it is. Just throw it in, have the drug dog looking, to make sure no one's bringing home like contraband and stuff. And then that took probably like another 5 hours. It felt like it was never going to end. We had to finally load up the trucks, and it was probably like 3 in the morning. And finally they put us in, it was like a building. All we had to do was just sit there. We couldn't do nothing, just sit there, because they didn't want us to go out and like get stuff we were not supposed to get and take back home. And then these other buses finally came. And we finally got on those buses. When we were on those buses, they made us sit on the bus for like an hour until they couldn't get the count right. I was like, how hard is it to count 300 people? I guess like 2 people were missing. They were in the bathroom trying to get ready. And finally we go to the airport, and then we had to once again take off all the bags from the trucks and put them ourselves in the airplane. It was like crazy. And finally we get on the airplane, and then the pilot says, or the captain says, it's going to be a 22-hour flight. I was like, oh man, this is never going to end. So we're going to fly from here to Germany. From Germany we're supposed to go to Maine, from Maine to Dallas. And then finally we're going to be in El Paso. So man, I can't sit still. I just can't sit still. So I watched probably like 4 movies. I'm walking up and down the aisles, just talking to people. When we finally landed in Germany, I got sleeping pills, but that, for some reason, woke me up. It didn't put me to sleep at all. I couldn't stay still. Like, man, these hours are never going to finish. And finally, it felt like it took a whole year. It felt like the whole year had passed. By the time I remember the pilot, or the captain saying, he just came over the intercom and told like everyone, like, hey, like, welcome home, troops. You guys are finally home. We're going to land in like 20 minutes. And everyone just went crazy in the plane. It was just people were just finally grabbing their bags, putting my boots back on, because everyone is just, finally we're going to get home. And those 20 minutes, man, we thought he said 20 minutes, it was like 2 hours. So finally the plane lands, and then when we landed, they want to talk to us, like a debriefing. We're like, hey, be back. We landed on Thursday. We're like, be back Monday at this time, go with your families and everything. Don't drink and drive, don't drink too much, don't party too much. And I'm not listening to anything. I just want to party already, go out to the clubs. And then finally we're going out the plane. I, for some reason, had to sit in the back of the plane, so I was like one of the last ones to get out. It took like an hour just to get out. Finally, I see the stairs, and I go out of the door. Like, I just remember stepping outside of the airplane, and I see the banners probably from the wall to over here, just saying like "Welcome home." People screaming with like all these American flags and balloons going crazy, and people crying, and like babies just like running to everybody. And I was finally home. I saw my mom; she was crying. My little sister finally went to go see me get home, and that was like the happiest day of my life when I got back from overseas.